Shoot.
Check.
Yeah.
We in the house.
We are.
Super duty tough work. We can't be stopped.
In the building.
We can't be quarantined.
Nah, man.
Cannot be infected.
Nah.
We are ill though.
Yeah.
We're the illest podcast.
Right. The illest
But
podcast.
not contaminated. Not infected.
Right. No virus.
No virus.
But the illest.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, we want to thank you all for listening every week.
Yeah.
Many of you still at home need some entertainment.
Yeah, last week a lot of people. I got text messages.
Really?
It's rare that I get text messages about an episode. I got text messages about last week. Like, yo, I needed that.
That's fire.
Yeah, like
hell yeah,
it's fresh.
That's why we do it.
Yeah, man.
You know, people need some optimism right now.
Right.
They need somebody to come in with some humor, some levity, some jokes. You know, some people might get mad at our jokes sometimes, but we gonna get these jokes up.
Right.
And we need that. So you want to get at the people, man, and we're gonna keep it going this week.
Right.
Because who would we be if we did not come back with more and more, you know what I'm saying?
More and more flyness.
Just joints. Okay, so this week we're going to talk about albums.
New albums.
Because we've done one album reviews episode.
Yes.
It's pretty popular. And so we're going to bring back the album reviews episode.
Word.
For those of you who be wondering what you need to listen to, what's good, what ain't. In this episode, we're going to talk about like 4 to 5 albums. We're going to talk about Royce's new album.
Yeah.
Electronica's new album.
Of course.
Friend of the show, Count Bass D's new album. And then lastly, we're going to talk about Boldy James and Midaz the Beast.
Word.
We'll put those together because I think the conversation is going to kind of be similar with those a little bit.
Definitely is.
If I know you, like I think I know you.
Right.
And so, yeah, we're going to talk about those records today, and we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Word.
We got you stuck off the realness, the most infamous, you heard of us. Official podcast murderers, the show comes equipped with viewpoints to share. Grown man ideas for all those who care and want to grow, so go ahead and download. Every single week with a brand new episode. You're not alone in this world, cousin, so we share information and honest discussion and keep repping a culture like we supposed to. They spread gossip, but they never come close to. I can hear it inside their tone. They talk about the industry but never left their home. You get laced up with bullet points and such, plus empowering topics that they never would touch. You can put your whole network against the team, but Super Duty Tough Work's the MVP. Most valuable podcast on MP3. Priceless info, but all of it's free. So take these words home and think them through. Super Duty Tough Work is coming at you. You are now listening to Super Duty Tough Work with your host, Blueprint. Raw and uncut. Adult conversations. No shucking, no jiving, and no bullshit.
So yeah, man, here we are.
Yeah.
Ready to do the damn thing.
Yes.
Super Duty Tough Work. Talking about rap this week. Album reviews. As you know how we get down, we're going to give it to you on the Dylon scale.
Flame emojis.
Yes, flame emoji scale. If you're at home keeping score, you can use flame emojis. You can also use the 100 emoji. But it's 5 total out of 5 emojis or Dylons is how we're going to rate these albums.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're going to talk about the highlights. We're going to talk about maybe some lowlights, you know, where we think the album falls short or not. And we're just going to give our general feel because we're not really part of the media.
Nah.
We don't have to do it like they do.
We're actually fans.
Yeah, we're fans.
Yeah.
So this should be a little more balanced, but it's still going to be kind of biased because we're fans. If we don't like this record.
Right.
But hopefully y'all appreciate this. And so first up, Royce the 5'9", the Allegory.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this record.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, now let's start where you and I first talked about this record.
Yeah.
The day it came out, we were recording. You came over.
Yeah.
And you were like, this record sucks.
Yeah, I didn't say it sucked.
You were like,
I said,
boring.
I said it was boring. I did say it was boring.
Not like it that day.
I did not like it on first listen. I was not impressed.
Right, and which is funny because after you came over, you were so. I was like, I gotta hear this record now,
right. Because
my man don't. What is Royce doing? Because I was seeing other people like, yo, this record is actually pretty good.
Yeah,
and so I will say this about the Royce record. It's like this is probably his best solo record to me. And if it's not his best, it's at least his most interesting record.
Okay.
Like, even if you don't like some of the songs on it, I found myself being engaged with the record throughout the whole listen, simply because the way it was put together, the thought and the craft that went into, the beginnings and endings of songs, the skits. I found that it was just like, wow, he's really put in work on his record. This is not slapped together. It's actually well thought out and well constructed. And it has like a weird, unconventional, almost like there's things on it that as a producer that are kind of sloppy.
Right.
But it gives it this really unique charm.
It gives it a feel.
Right. And I was like, is it just me? Because obviously I listen to some beats. I'm like, yeah. But then I found out that he produced it.
Right.
Which is why it sounds kind of off weird sometimes. Something that a person who's been produced their whole life would never do. He does on the record. But because he does it on every song, it sounds consistent. More consistent than it would if he had 20 different producers. And so overall, I'm like, this record is the record where Royce actually woke me back up again, simply because I felt like I had him figured out.
Yeah,
prior to this record.
Sleep.
Yeah.
I think for me, like I've listened to this record now probably maybe 10 times in total.
Yeah, that's a good amount.
And every time I listen to it, I start to like it more.
A little bit more.
And like right now, I think this is probably one of the best records out right now.
Yes.
Lyrically, nothing is touching it.
No.
Bar wise, even the guest appearances.
Yes.
Bar wise, it is on another level. I mean, like there is glimpses of mixtape Royce on this record.
I agree.
Oh God, there's some. Oh man,
he's got some bars.
Dog.
So
I Don't Age.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, he literally, there's nothing about, and that was my concern. I was like, if he's not rhyming over those Premier style beats, can he still bring the bars, the heavy bars? Yeah.
Oh, bro. I mean, and even on topic, the bar, like the topics with the bars weaved in and the metaphors and stuff, like the more, like this is one of those that had to grow on me. And now that it's grown on me, like there's certain joints that I play pretty religiously.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple, so like probably maybe 5 or 6 that are like go-to songs whenever I put the record on.
Yeah.
Just to hear the lyrics.
Yeah, I agree.
And some of the production is actually really, really good.
Yes.
Really good.
Yes.
Really good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like this dude actually broke all of his formulas. It made a good record.
Yeah, he broke all his formulas and then reconstructed something new.
Yeah.
My only problem with it is too long.
Totally agree. I think if you shave 3 songs off of it, maybe 4, you got the makings of probably a classic.
Oh, it's like 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Classic record.
Yeah, it's just a little too long.
A little too long.
Where I'm just like, oh, if you just got rid of 3 of these, this shit would be flawless.
And I know which ones too.
I would get rid of Tricked.
Yep, Tricked should be gone.
My People Free is okay. It's just a little mellow.
My People Free is cool.
It's cool. And there's probably one more, but I'm just like, yeah.
The joint with your boy from Griselda, not Benny, because he got one with all 3 of them.
I like Benny. Yeah. Oh yeah, the one with West Side Gun. That would be the third one. Yep.
It can go.
Yeah, because it's not the top 10, 15 on that record.
No,
at
not
all.
at all.
Like the beat is okay and the rhymes are whatever. But yeah, there's songs that are way more fire.
Oh God.
Like my highlights on it are the Mr. Grace intro.
Yes.
That shit for a dude who doesn't do beats. He made some dynamic ass shit.
Oh my God. I mean, the Dope Man joint.
Yeah.
If he produced that,
how?
the Dope Man joint, That sound like Quincy Jones
Yes.
like conducting an orchestra.
What we gotta have what does he know about music going into this?
I don't know.
What is it? Because it doesn't make sense to me that a guy who's never produced an album could do this.
But it's one of those
That
things
well.
like you put somebody that's been around Dre, that's been around Dilla, that's been around, you know what I'm saying?
It's
It's
true.
kind of like me,
It's
like
true.
being around you, being around Prism, being around Blockhead, like me starting out where I started, I still was like probably at least a year or two ahead of where I probably should have been.
That's a fact.
If I'd never been around y'all.
Yeah.
So it's very different. Granted, I got to get my own footing, but we don't know how long he's actually been making beats.
That's what I want to know.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm impressed.
I mean, even being around M, I don't like all M's production, but being around people that produce on a regular, he's probably a freaking studio rat.
That's probably true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's probably true.
You never know when you have access to those kind of dudes. I mean, making a whole record with Premier.
Yeah,
Multiple times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I could see that being like his school.
But you know, it's funny. His shit don't sound like nothing like Premier.
Nah.
It don't sound nothing like none of the people he been around.
That's why I want to know how long he's been producing.
Yeah.
Because it takes time. Like I'm just now getting into my own where my stuff don't sound like the people that I've been around. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder how long he's been producing to where he's got to that point. Because none of it sounds like M.
Nope.
None of it sounds like Dre. Don't sound like Primo.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Don't sound like none of them.
And he sounds good over it.
Sounds great over it.
I'm like, yo, something's up, man.
Sounds fucking great over
Cheat
it.
code shit. How did he do this?
Yeah.
You know, but my favorites are the Mr. Grace intro, I Play Forever, On the Block, Thou Shalt, with the one with Kid Vicious, Fubu with Conway.
Yeah.
I love Conway's rhyme on there.
Oh, he kills it.
Upside Down with Benny the Butcher. The Black Sabbath joint with Sci-Hi and T.I. Young World joint with Vince Staples and G. Perico, and Hero, the song about his father. I think that might be my favorite joint on the record.
That joint is fire. And the one, the short one, it's towards the end of the record. Something about America, I want to say, but it's like only like a minute and a half.
Yeah,
I think that's my favorite song. It's like he's really talking.
I know what you're talking about.
Rhinestone Do-Rag.
Do-Rag. Yep, I know what you're talking about.
That's my favorite song on the record.
Yeah.
Oh man, and it's only like a minute and a half, but the rhyme is so great. The beat is perfect, but Hero is definitely like, oh man.
Yeah, that Hero joint, just on subject matter alone, it would probably be the best song on any record that he would put out, just because it's like, it took some courage to come on here and admit that you was wrong about your pops.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like it's easy to make the My Dad Ain't Shit song.
Right. They didn't come back and say, my bad.
Right.
My bad.
Pops, I get it now.
We should have had a conversation. You right, like you said, like we should have talked first. My bad. Because Book of Ryan was really dope. I thought Book of Ryan was his best album until this one.
Yeah, me
Book
too.
of Ryan was actually pretty good. It was too long too.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good.
Yeah, man. So like this record just shocked the fuck out of me. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
And especially because I was kind of going into it thinking what you were saying, like, okay, this is not gonna be that interesting. Let me see what happens. But I just found myself like, yo, this is keeping me super engaged.
Yeah.
This might be really good. Let me just listen to this.
Yeah, that's why I went. That's why I went back a couple times because I'm like, there's some really good rhymes on it. Like first listen, I'm like, there's some really good rhyming on here.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. And I think the reason that I didn't like it at first is because I was expecting something and I got something different, and I didn't allow it to. Yeah, I didn't allow my mind to get into what he was doing because I'm so used to it being something else. And the more I listen to it, like, this is some good fucking music, man.
Yeah.
Some good music, good raps, great guest appearances.
Yeah, it's a good concept record. Like, he did what a lot of producers probably couldn't do for him.
Right.
Which kind of, you know, we talked about it the other day off air about like, we're going to have a conversation about Sober Royce very soon.
Yes.
Because this shit to me is like, hold on, man.
The intro?
Come on.
The intro?
So good.
Oh, God.
Classic.
Oh, man.
Like, it's like formless.
Oh, man.
But it's just like perfect. He's like almost like some spoken word.
Yeah, because it starts out like you think it's going to be a song.
Yeah.
And it's only like maybe 45 seconds of drums. And then it starts going all these places and stuff. Yo.
How do you do this shit?
I don't know, man.
I'm confused. I'm just the ultimate prop. So I got to ask how.
Houseway.
And I make beats.
Right.
And I'm over here like, how'd you make that?
How?
That just means I'm super impressed.
Yes.
Like, how did you do that, Royce?
Yes.
You know, Sober Royce, man, we got to talk about just how his career, I think we're going to now, assuming he keeps going in this direction and is this ambitious, we're going to have Royce post-alcohol and Royce, you know what I'm saying, pre-alcohol catalogs to evaluate.
Yeah.
And I got the feeling his post-alcohol catalog is going to be insane moving forward.
If you are what you eat, how come I ain't go?
Right.
Dog. When I heard that line, I was like, yo.
Yeah.
I think he felt it too. That's why he kind of hollered it like he did. Like, this is one of those lines like punching somebody in the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's, So on a die-line scale, I give him 4.5.
Yeah. I was going to give him 4 to 4.25 die lines.
Yeah, I give him 4.
Only because of the extra songs, though.
4, yep, because it's too long.
That's
like
it.
if it was like 40, it was in 35, 45 minute range. Classic record.
Yeah.
Classic record.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Word.
What up, everybody? Blueprint here to let you guys know that all 3 of my books are finally back in stock. That means right here, What a Night. This book is back in stock. It's $10. This is a book about the worst shows of my career. That's 10. Word is Blog Volume 1 is back in stock. That's $10. And also, The Making of Adventures in Counterculture. This book is about my Adventures in Counterculture album. If you have the album, you love the album, you should have a book too. That's $10. All 3 of these books are back in stock for $10 each, or you can get all 3 of them for just $25 right now on waitlist.net. That's all I got today. Thanks for your support. Peace. Yeah.
We here.
Super Duty Tough Work, the most infamous podcast this side of Alum Creek.
This side of Alum Creek. Word.
You know what I'm saying? We on the west side of Alum Creek. We want to let y'all know. You know what I mean? All you podcasters on this side of the creek, watch your back.
Watch out. We here.
Coming for y'all.
We
man.
here, yo.
Yeah, we set tripping. Alum Creek. That's the barrier. Stay on your side.
Word.
Album reviews. You know, we just broke down motherfucking Royce the 5'9", and now we're gonna give our 2 cents on friend of the show, who actually was on the show a couple episodes back.
Facts.
You know, Count Bass D CBD album.
Yeah.
I'm biased.
You
because
are.
Count's my man. Man, this record's entertaining.
Yo, I have to say,
Yeah.
I've never really listened to Count.
Yeah.
This is really my first time listening to a full Count Bass D album.
That's dope.
And I'm going to be honest, at first, I didn't know what to think about it. like, first listen, I was like, okay. Let me go back. Because it was very entertaining. Like, there's some really dope lines. There's a lot of really dope things going on the record.
Yes.
But it's so unorthodox.
Yes.
It's so like
It's bugged out.
it's bugged out, but it's not.
Right.
Like it's in the pocket still.
Yeah.
But it's out there, but it's not. It's like weird. It's a weird thing. But after listening to this record, because like since you sent me the list of the albums and stuff, since we figured that out, these are like really the only records I've been listening to is the records that were on the list for us to review.
Yeah.
Like I find myself going back to this album because it's so short.
Yes.
And it's perfectly short.
See?
Perfectly short. Like what is it? Like 20 minutes?
21 minutes.
21 minutes long. Like it's super like
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan now. Like I've been going back in his catalog. Like, yeah, man. Like this record is super, super fresh, and I love the unorthodoxy of it.
See,
like it adds so much character and so much flavor to it, and yeah, man, it's a freaking beautiful record.
Yeah, I agree. Like the thing that you're talking about, like that bugged out element account, that's like my favorite thing about him because he's kind of such a straightforward dude. Like if you kick it with him, he's a unique dude. But then you listen to his records, it's always some weird, funny, bugged out shit going on. And you're like, this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's like you're saying, it's straightforward, but then it's bugged at the same time.
It's not.
Like, how are you doing both of these things well? Because some people, when you talk about people who are, I guess, making quote unquote the real shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, beats, samples, whatever. they don't have like that bugged out thing.
Nah.
Like was DITC ever bugged out?
Nah.
Was
Straightforward.
Showing AG?
Straightforward.
Yeah, was Gangstar ever bugged out?
Loop, drum break.
Yeah.
Like, bass line. That's it.
It was never-
filtered sample.
That's it. Yeah. That's a
filtered loop.
Right.
As bass line.
Then sample.
Then
straightforward rhyme about keeping it real.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That was it.
That was it, bro. That was it. They never were bugged out. Like, I mean, even Nice and Smooth wasn't bugged out.
Nah.
They would say some funny lines, but they weren't bugged. Like, Count, to me, is bugged.
Yeah.
And I mean that in the most positive, complimentary way as possible.
Like, am I the only one?
Yeah.
No,
Am I the only one?
He don't rhyme
Yeah.
at all. But
Exactly.
it's almost like a Seinfeld episode.
Yeah.
Like, because he just points out, like, just all this random shit where you listening to it and you like, hell yeah.
That happened to me too.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, Count. I feel you.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me too. Yeah, man, it's such an entertaining record.
Yeah, man. And I was going to say the same things you were. Like, yo, one of the strengths of it is that it's 11 songs, 21 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get bored with this record.
No, because you got to go back.
Yeah,
You gotta
listen
go
to it
back.
twice.
Yeah.
On the first listen is really 2 listens because by the time he's at the end, you're like, oh shit, it's over.
Right.
I gotta rewind this shit.
Because I did Spotify and I was like, this ain't the same record. Hold up. It already went to, his radio. I'm like, hold up, let me go back. Yeah, man.
Yeah. For the highlights, I got and I'm gonna say these are some of my highlights with some of the lines that jump out to me. The Nobody joint.
Oh, Nobody.
Where
Yep.
he's talking about like the OGs. And no matter how much you show or how you prove, these OGs from the 90s will still try to play you.
Hell yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
Getting money from the tours overseas, but ain't made a record when the studio is free. Facts. He was talking that shit on the
Facts.
song.
Facts. And then the hook is so good. Too.
Yeah.
The hook is so good.
And then the like you saying, I can't tell.
I can't tell.
Why is that just so funny? Every time that sample comes in, man, I can't tell. This is so fucking funny, man.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, this dude said, unapologetically man spread and mansplain. Stand up when I piss with no guilt or shame. Yo, he was cooking, man. Cat was cooking on this record.
Oh.
And then, am I the only one? He said, the woman's right to put a baby on the next nigga is ironclad and protected.
Yes. Yes.
Yo, he was talking this shit on this record, man. He was in his bag, man. He said, I don't care how much you bob your head. I know when I hear a fat beat.
Yep. So many joints.
Yeah, the Show Love joint is dope. That's one that feels almost like it's like rhymes, like dimes. Like it's got that bugged out R&B sample.
Yeah, it's like
the
real
solo.
80s kind of feel. Yeah.
This shit is super dope. Took the MPC and the Bible Moms gave me, talking about bad relationships and shit. The Break Bread song, that's the last song on the record. That's the realest shit on the record. Because he's talking about just like, okay, what happens after this shit is over? Were you a dude to try to survive off of props and respect?
Yeah.
Or our motherfuckers gonna pay you for what you do? And it's a conversation everybody gotta have. And he said they swear there ain't no budget wearing Kanye sneakers. He said you ain't no better than Doom, and Doom paid me. Don't count. It's cooking. Yo, man. Yeah, man. Count is my man.
Yeah, man.
And this one is like, it's such a refreshing record.
Yeah.
Because like, oh yeah, this is that his shit.
It's really it's like, it's not for me even like Nosebone.
Yeah.
It's just a little interlude.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. But it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. The one song, the Be Mine song, I feel like that's a parody.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He starts out like, I don't want no space, and I want you to basically saying all the shit that dudes shouldn't do. And then the second verse talk about how he's just on some player shit and you can't get it anyway. But he's just like
forever be
right.
Yeah, that shit's dope.
So yeah, man, this Count, I gotta give it at least 4 out of 5 dialines, man.
Man, I'm going 5, man.
Because it's like I don't find any flaws in it.
I'm going 5 dialines on it because every song.
Yeah.
I think every song I'm going 5. I'm going 5. So we can split it at 4.5.
4.5 out of 5 dialines.
Yeah, man. Record is really dope. If you haven't heard this record yet, it's on Spotify. It's on all the streaming platforms. Give it a chance. And you'll probably be like me if you haven't listened to any count. Like, it'll probably throw you off first couple listens, but give it a chance and listen to his lyrics, listen to what he's saying, and it'll definitely brighten your day.
Yeah. And the thing too, man, I want to add is like, obviously we are doing these album reviews, but anybody we've actually interviewed on this show, we would like to invite our fans to visit their catalog.
Yes, please.
There's a reason that we bring them on here. We obviously respect and admire them as people, but even bigger than that, it's like as artists. It's like, we feel that if we put them on here, they're worthy of your support. So please, anybody that we're talking about on this podcast that we had on that as guests, go check out that music.
Please do.
That's the way the shit stays alive. It's not this, you're not going to see no ads on the radio about count. You're not going to see no billboards. You're not going to see none of that other shit. Nothing on Facebook but what we do have is platforms like this that we control, that we can make sure instead of talking shit about bad music,
right,
we're giving us a spotlight and a highlight to dope shit.
Right.
And we'd like y'all to go support them.
Facts.
Okay, so we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? The deal we're running today on waitlist.net is a 2-Headed Monster CD plus 2-Headed Monster t-shirt for just $20 total. That's the t-shirt and the CD for $20 total. The t-shirt we have in every size. That's small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL. Every single size, men's sizes, we ship internationally. So you can get the CD and the t-shirt, or I should say CD and the t-shirt for just $20 on waitlist.net. Go there right now and support the movement. Thank you. Peace.
Booyaka.
Word.
Hope y'all enjoying this episode and taking time to listen to these records. You can do that actually while you listen to this episode.
Yeah, you should.
You
should
throw the record on and listen to these cats.
Yeah.
And so this next section, we're gonna actually talk about 2 records,
right,
that we feel are kind of the same but kind of different.
Yes.
And these 2 records, one is Boldy James, and the name of the record is The Price of Tea in China, and then the second record is friend of the show, Midaz the Beast, Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Now, such a great fucking title too.
Yeah.
Such a great title.
The cover image is sick too.
And with the poem and as the intro with the little kid. Yeah, man.
Yeah, bruh. So like the thing about these records is like, we know in our lane, there's this whole post Rock Marciano era of hip hop where it's dudes really rhyming over sparse beats. Some of the times the beats will have no drums.
Right.
Sometimes they'll have minimal drums.
Right.
Usually very dark production. Sometimes very loop based. And this is something where the vocal is at the forefront.
Right.
As opposed to the drums being, the thing that drives the beat. And there's a lot of people in that lane. It's a whole genre now. But that's why we're talking about these records together. So the Boldy James record, this was actually suggested at the given to us at the suggestion of Shankar,
right,
friend of the show, you know what I'm saying, and old waitlist board Shankar,
right,
and he was like, "Yo, review the next the Boldy James." So I didn't know much about him. I heard his name plenty of times, like you, but then as I listened to the record, I'm like, "Oh, this is what this lane is in." I'm hearing the Alchemist beats. I'm hearing him in the pocket chilling, and to me, this is a record I've seen get a lot of hype, but I'll be honest, it didn't hit me. I went to work out when I first got this record. That was mistake number one.
Bad move.
I was doing push-ups and sit-ups.
Yeah.
Let me throw this Boldy James on.
Yeah.
Okay. No, doesn't work in that setting.
Nah.
Tried it a little later. It's cool in a more chill setting, but what I think listening to it in the wrong setting revealed to me was like, this is the kind of record that if you're in that mood and you want to hear some dark, slow, mellow, straightforward dude rapping, monotone,
yes,
you know what I'm saying,
no inflection,
zero inflection at all, not the most clever rhymer, you know what I'm saying, and beats
good rapper, yeah,
but beats that do not change,
right.
This record is not gonna hit you unless you're absolutely ready to hear just that thing,
right.
And I think that's where it kind of lost me, because I felt like, 5 songs in, I was bored to death.
Dog, I literally have written on my notes. I think it starts strong, but it loses me about song 5.
It's not just me, then.
Yeah,
Good.
like I think the beats are good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's The Alchemist.
Right.
I mean, come on.
They're solid.
But it's loops.
Mm-hmm.
And after a while, everything starts to mesh together.
Yes.
After a while, it starts to sound like the same song over and over and over again.
Yes.
And there's nothing really exciting about it. I mean, he can rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, his voice is good for a time.
Right.
But after, 4 or 5 songs, it's like, do something else, please. Like, I mean,
I agree.
And it's not like he's doing anything bad.
Yeah.
It's just, and this record isn't long.
Yeah. This record
It's
is
like 38 minutes or something like that.
It's the antithesis of the Count Basie record in terms of being interesting.
Oh, completely.
It's like
opposite.
Everything Count does to be interesting, this record did the opposite,
right,
to be uninteresting.
Right.
It's like, and I also, one thing I want to talk about is the Alchemist production.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's going to be considered blasphemous to say this, but I don't think it's produced that well.
It's like there's nothing, again, it's not a record that stands out.
No.
Like there's good beats on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think the production is good.
Yeah.
And but it's not interesting.
Thank you. That's what it is. It's like technically that's a good beat.
Yeah.
But when you put that beat with him, is it interesting? No. And I think that's where it kind of falls apart to me as well, because it's like being a producer isn't just about giving someone a dope beat.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be about giving them the best beat for them.
It's about producing.
Yeah.
It's not about making a beat. It's about producing.
Yeah, like what are that person's strengths?
Mm-hmm.
If the reason that Guru worked with Premier was because Premier didn't give Guru a bunch of laid back beats that made people fall asleep because he was already monotone.
Right. So he had to have some hyper shit behind him to make it, to have, a fire and ice kind of combination.
Yeah. And he wasn't, and Guru could just be in a pocket.
Yeah.
Because Premier complimented him.
Right.
He didn't just say, here's 10 beats that all sound the same.
Mm-hmm.
Write some raps that don't vary that much. And then we're going to feed it to these people who already want to hear just that.
Right.
The record is boring to me, man.
Yeah. Isn't it? That's what I'm saying. After, and it's 13, 14 songs on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. After about song 4 or 5, it's like, okay. And then song 6 comes on. You're like,
yeah.
It's like, not again.
Not again.
Not again.
Every time I got to that point, I'd be like,
right.
Flashbacks of the first time I got bored to death with this record.
Right.
And I know some people are going to disagree. He's got a lot of buzz and he's down with Griselda and all that stuff. So the people who are into that, but I think he's boring in comparison to Griselda.
Right. And, but Griselda has charisma. They have and they have voice inflection.
Yeah.
They talk about
They talk that talk.
They talk that talk and they move their vocals up and down. There's inflection on words, there's inflection on lines, there's movement of their voices. You know what I'm saying? Like even West Side Gun still has some inflection.
Yeah.
Like his voice is dope by itself, but he still moves it around in the pocket where he lives.
Yeah.
This isn't that.
No. And so that's why we want to talk about this record with the Midaz the Beast record, where the Sidewalk ends. To many fans, these are similar, but they're really different.
Yes.
Because while both of them do have kind of sparse production with like loops or things that's not super fully produced out, right? It's not like, oh damn, so much shit going on. And sometimes there's rhyming over some shit with no drums on there. They both have that element. But Midaz is infinitely more interesting.
He's a better lyricist.
Yes.
He has a better voice.
Thank you.
The beats are better.
Thank you.
The beats are more interesting. Like even though the beats are playing in the background, they grab my ear as to what they're doing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like even though, and it's not just loops.
Yep.
Like the beats move.
Yep.
With the lyrics.
They have
like
intros, outros, vocal samples.
Yep.
There's none of that shit on the Boldy James record.
Nah.
There's not like a crazy bugged out vocal samples that keep you paying attention when a song ends. It's just like song ends, beat, drums fade out.
Yep.
Repeat, rhyme for a couple minutes, drums fade out.
Yep.
And like I said, Boldy is kind of like a Vince Staples with no charisma, with no voice. Vince is kind of like all voice and charisma.
Yeah.
Boldy is just like the same but no charisma.
Yeah.
So I think like if you're looking for this kind of record, You know what I'm saying? You want to hear this shit done well? Fuck with Midaz the Beast.
Yes.
Because he's going to be slept on because he don't got Alchemist on the production.
Right.
But he's rhyming his ass off on
I mean, who produced his record?
Golly, I didn't write it down. I should have wrote it down. I know it's it ain't Dale Digger. I don't know. It's one of his guys did it.
It's produced very well.
Yes.
And the way and the thing is, like, every song, like, even though it's a mellow record as well, his voice actually changes from song to song.
Boom.
Like, he doesn't sound the same on every song. It's not the same. Like, it's still kind of, monotone and mellowed out.
Yeah.
But there's some inflection there. There's, like, you can hear him get a little hyper on certain joints. Like, you can hear some differences when you're listening to it. Now, it's still kind of in the same lane as far as mellowness, as far as the production.
Yeah.
But the production is interesting enough to keep you interested.
I agree.
And it's another short record. I think it's only like 30 minutes or something.
Yep. Whereas, like, same thing with the Boldy. I'm like, yo, this is too long. But I'm wondering, do I think it's too long because it's not good, or do I legit think it's too long?
Honestly, I think it's too long because it's not good.
Yeah. Probably should have been EP.
Yeah, because it's still only 35 minutes or something.
Yeah, that's not that
it's
long.
not like it's like 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? It's not as long as the Royce's record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found that record. It just did not have the variation that I would have liked if I'm listening to a full length record from an artist. Like, this is by the second, third track, you got it.
Yeah.
Figured out.
Yeah. Then it's like, okay, number 4 comes on. It's like, all right.
Here we go again.
Then number 5 comes on. It's like, oh, come on, bro. Then 6 comes on. It's like, nah, come on.
How many more these you got?
You joking, right?
Yeah.
You joking, right? But the joint Giant Slide on Boldy James.
That's the best song on it.
Best song on the record.
First song on the album, isn't it? I know.
No, second
Okay.
song.
Yeah, that song's good.
Giant Slide, Beat is Crazy.
Yeah.
Midaz the Beast, my favorite song is Tony Dorsett.
Yeah.
That joint is crazy.
Yeah. He's in his bag.
In on that joint. Like, I played that song a lot.
Yeah.
That song is crazy dope.
Yeah, man. So that's those two. So we got one more joint.
One more.
This is what the people been waiting on.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, the last joint we're gonna talk about is J Electronica.
J Electronica. J Electronica.
Yeah. You know, the guy who we spoken about him on this podcast.
We have talked about him. I mean, I feel like we probably responsible for, even this, thing happening. But whatever,
You're welcome, Jay.
You're welcome. Just send us a card.
We lit a fire under your ass. We need a +1 if you play Columbus.
Yeah, somebody tagged you on that podcast. You're like, these cats talking shit. They ain't lying, though.
Nah.
They ain't lying. But they talking a lot of shit.
Let me just put something out and shut these bitch ass motherfuckers up. Saying I ain't never gonna drop a record.
These fools talking too much.
Yeah. Okay, so given the previous episode where we talked about why he wasn't gonna drop a record, in that episode we did state that there was no way that what he dropped would not be a disappointment.
Right.
There would be almost no way to match the expectations. And because of that, he probably didn't want to drop a record. And it sounds like even leading to his record and his comments on it, even on the album, he knew that. He knew very well that, okay, if I drop this record and it's not crazy, people are going to say I'm whack because they waited 10, 11 years on this. And so what I think he kind of did was he kind of dropped the record. He changed just enough things on this record to almost remove the expectations that we had going in.
Yep.
One was he made a really short record.
Yes, which is good.
We can't complain about that. But when you're thinking solo album, solo debut,
right,
the length kind of changes, The second thing was he had Jay-Z on every fucking song to where it's like, is this a solo record or not?
See, I think my thought on this is that I'm still expecting a debut album from J Electronica.
That's what I think he did on purpose.
Cause like it'd be like if Watch the Throne was Kanye's first record.
Yes. Then you'd be like, okay, we still need a record from you.
Right.
Without this guy.
Right.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Oh, but yeah, and so it's like, to talk about this record, I got like 3 issues with this record.
I got a couple.
My first issue is the production. I think we probably agree there. Given everything that he did leading up to that, especially his work with Just Blaze, the beats on here are nothing less than a disappointment.
Some of them are good. There's like 3 I really like. And then there's like 3 or 4 I'm just like,
They're cool.
Yeah, they're all right.
They're all there.
And then there's one I'm like, why?
Why is this on here?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's only got like 8 songs on it. You can't really, it's got like 2 or 3 interludes, 7 or 8 songs. You can't really waste songs with average beats when you only giving people 8 of them.
Yeah.
And so the production, I don't like that, you know, the engineering.
Yeah.
It sounds like shit.
Even I heard that this record wasn't mixed well, and I ain't been at this that long.
Yeah.
But when I first put it on in headphones, I was like, this ain't mixed good.
Yeah.
Like is this Guru? Guru did this?
Yeah.
Nah. And it sounds better on my monitors, my studio monitors, but I still don't like how it's mixed.
Yeah, it sounds like shit.
Yeah, I don't like how it sounds.
Especially in headphones. It's like, this sounds worse than most independent rap records put out now.
Yeah, it sounds like it was only concentrated on the vocals, and the production wasn't mixed as well as the vocals were mixed.
Yeah, and the vocals drown out the beats on a lot of the record, which to me is a sign that they did not take the time to mix the record. Because when you don't got the time to mix nothing, you just make sure the vocals is loud enough.
Yep, 2-track it.
And step off.
Yeah.
You're not trying to really make them sit in the pocket and EQ and carve out space or that. You're not doing that. You're like, hey man, look, can you hear Jay? Can you hear it? Put it out.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like, man. So the production is my number one issue. Like we said, where's Just Blaze? How you gonna give us classic joints with Just Blaze and then you come back with this shit?
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that touches his best work with Just Blaze on this record.
No.
Not even.
Not production wise.
Not production wise. It's like, no. You got a couple songs where you're really rhyming really well. And I like, but I'm just like, man, you should have gave that man some burn.
Yeah.
You know? Second issue, Jay-Z.
Dog. Jay is in top form.
He sounds great.
Top form on this record. Like, and I think honestly, it would take somebody like Jay Electronica to put Jay in that place. It'd be like Jay-Z doing a record with Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he knows his pen game has to be on point. I mean, the concepts, everything else. And you should have known that going in.
He kind of killed him on his own shit.
A little bit. Like, and Jay, like, I like the thing that saves this record for me is the rhyming.
Yeah.
Because we've had conversations before where I can listen to a beat that's produced, I mean a record that's not produced that well if the raps are really good.
That's true.
And I've listened to this record a lot too. And the thing, it grows on me because the raps are so good.
Yes.
So I find myself listening to songs where the producer in me is like, I don't like this beat. The rapper in me is like, they are killing this shit though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like it's a dichotomy inside me now. Yeah. You know what I mean? To where like some of the raps are just, I mean, some of his lines, Jay-Z, like they sound really good together too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know, man.
Dog, every time I listen to the record, because I went into this wanting to hear a Jay Electronica album. So every time Jay-Z would come in rapping, I would just get confused as fuck. Like, where am I?
Especially because he's not credited. So when you pull it up before everybody, you know, first day it came out, nobody really knew. And it wasn't like all a buzz. And I put it on and I'm like, why is Jay-Z's voice the first voice that I hear on a debut album that cats have been waiting on for 10 years?
It's a cop out. It's like, this is so fucked up. And like, I own Jay-Z albums. I bought them.
Yes.
I've got many records. I like Jay-Z.
Yep.
But I don't want to hear Jay-Z on this album.
Right. I want to hear Jay Electronica.
I want to hear Jay Electronica. That's what I went into this listening to. If I wanted to hear Jay-Z, I'd have turned on a Jay-Z record. But I didn't have a choice. I feel like I was held hostage.
I feel like you was force-fed Jay-Z.
I was bamboozled. I was tied down. Forced to listen to Jay-Z when I didn't agree to that. We had an agreement, Jay Electronica. You violated this agreement by fucking giving us Jay-Z when we didn't ask you for him.
Yeah, like a feature? Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
And then you had to let this fool outshine you on every track.
Man, come on.
You can't be in the pocket with Jay doing that.
No.
He was killing you every song. The only song you used him right was at the end where you used him on just a hook.
Yes.
You should have done that the whole album. Don't let that man get out there and out rhyme you like that. Don't even rap at all.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're not getting out rhymed.
Yeah, because Jay don't play. Jay don't play.
He knew what he was doing.
He knew like, yo, I'm getting. And another thing, Jay-Z is first on pretty much every song.
Come on,
Every song
man.
that he's on, Jay-Z's voice is the first voice you hear.
That pisses me off.
I don't like, there's something about a debut album
Yeah.
that makes you, I don't know, feel warm and fuzzy about the artist that you're listening to, because you've been building up from singles and all this and stuff. And I think because of the myth of Jay Electronica that has been created over the years, I think either he was copping out or he didn't feel like he needed to have a debut album that was just him, or he was scared. There's like a few things.
Yeah.
That he either cheating the fans or he's scared.
Yep. My theory was that the only reason, I think Jay-Z knew the only way that record was getting done is if he rhymed first and put the pressure on Jay Electronica.
That is strongly possible.
You know,
because he like, dog, you've been on my label for 10 years.
You gotta do something.
You put out singles.
Well, you and me more. Okay, well then what beat you about? Oh, that's your beat. Okay, well I'm gonna go rhyme to it.
Yeah.
Now you gotta rhyme to it.
Yeah.
Because you can't disappoint Jay-Z because you know I wouldn't do this for nobody else.
Right. Like, when the last time Jay-Z did 8 songs for anyone?
He didn't even do that shit for fucking Memphis Bleak.
Right. Right. That's his mans.
Never did that.
100 grand mans.
Didn't do it for Benny Siegel.
Nope.
Didn't do it for Kanye.
Nope.
Didn't do it for nobody.
No.
Hasn't done it for Beyonce,
Right.
his wife.
Right.
Yet here we are. He's rhyming on every song on this fool's record.
Yeah.
Do they rhyme well? Yes.
Yes.
The third issue to me is just the rushed sound of it. Like we talk about with the mixing, like the conceptually, it doesn't always come together conceptually like I thought it would. Like especially like the last song where Jay's, this kind of sounds like, is it a love song? And then Jay's, he comes a little bit different. Like are they? I don't know, but it just sounds rushed to me. It doesn't sound like what you would expect someone who's been working on a record for multiple years to make. That in and of itself means it's automatically going to be a disappointment to most. I just don't think the craftsmanship is there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I feel that.
Like that's the thing. It's like I listen to Count's record, I hear craftsmanship. I listen to Royce's record, I hear craftsmanship. Someone who clearly labored over every little interlude and every little voice in the background and making sure these things sounded like they were really happening right then and there, and placing it in front of this song and setting up that thing which goes into this song. We talk about this topic and go out. You see what I'm saying? The Royce record is crafted. This record is put together. This record is like when Jay Electronica first came on the scene, he put out records because he had something to say.
Right.
This record was put out because Jay Electronica had to say something, right? Like he was forced to say something.
Instead of having something to say.
Yeah.
Somebody asking you, don't you got something to say?
Yeah. You got to say something.
You got to
now.
say something now.
He went from, I got something to say to, you got to say something. It's completely different.
Yeah.
It's a different energy. This is the, I got to get the record out to get the monkey off my back album. This is not the, I'm the dopest rapper of the last 10 years and I'm going to prove it because I've been in the lab and this shit will stand up and stand the test of time like everything else. It's not that record.
No.
Is it some good rapping on it? Certainly.
Yeah.
There's a couple really good beats, you know, but as an album, I just don't necessarily feel like it's going to take that place to me because of the production flaws, the Jay-Z presence, and it just doesn't hit the mark that I think people were expecting.
The first half of The Blinding is the best first half of a song on this record. The rest of it is good.
Yeah.
That, for me, that is the highlight of the record. The first half of that song. And then everything else is good as far as the production. I mean, I think there's some, like the joint with the Alchemist, the Ezekiel's Will, I think it is.
Yeah, I got some notes on that one. Yeah, that's the, yep.
That joint is probably the best song. Like,
he's got some good rhymes on there.
Completely put together song. That's probably the best put together song. But
because Jay only does the hook.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you know, as I said, like, as I listen to the record more, I like it more because of the rhymes, but it's not any beats that are grabbing me. It's not anything crazy that are grabbing me in the mixing area, but the raps, I can't get past the raps. They some good ass rappers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the raps is what's keeping me. But as a day, I think like I said, I still need a debut record from Jay Electronica.
I agree. Like the highlights for me, like the Never Ending Story.
Yes.
Universal Soldier.
Yes.
And Fruits of Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the only problem I got with Fruits of Spirit is like, it feels like he's rhyming things that he's saying things he's already said before in another old material.
Yeah.
Like you rhymed Nazareth 18 times already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In 5 other songs. Like, okay, we get it. You know, but that's the only thing. But it's still a fire song.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel new to me. But you know, that's it, man. Let me think. What'd you give it?
3.5.
3.5. Yeah, I think I gave it like 2.5 to 3 Dylons. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, and
I can't give it no higher than 3 personally.
The rhymes taking that extra half Dylon for me. You know what I'm saying? That half Dylon is because the raps are so good.
Yeah.
But I'm so let down by it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I was expecting like. I was expecting, 10 Exhibit C's, like, you know what I'm saying?
At least one?
At least one, I guess. Yeah, at least
if
one.
If he'd have done that once, I'd have been happy.
Yeah, and a little more, there's not a lot of movement as far as topics either.
None.
It's very, like, I'm a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I rap about.
Yeah.
Being a Muslim on this whole record.
Yeah.
There's life, you know what I'm saying? Like
Muslims do more than just rap.
I know you experienced some things in this 10 years. Like, where is all of, not saying he don't touch on anything else, but for the most part, like, that's where the raps are. And there's good raps about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just, 3.5 for me. Yeah.
So yeah, I think on average we'll give it about 2.75 Dylons. 2.75 Dylons. We're gonna average our score. 2.75 Dylons for Jay Electronica.
Did we didn't give the Dylons for Midaz and
oh shit, we sure
and
did.
Boldy.
You're right. What do you want to give the Boldy? I only gave that 2 Dylons.
I gave it 2.5. I gave it 2.5.
Okay, so we'll just say 2.5 Dylons.
The Midaz I gave it 4.
Nice, yeah. I gave 3.75.
Yeah.
So we'll say, yeah. So we're gonna read back what we gave him, the Dylon score. This episode, Royce at 5'9", Allegory. I think we gave it 4 out of 5 Dylons, only because it was a little too long. Probably would have been way higher. Jay Electronica, 2.75 Dylons out of 5. Count Bass D, 4.5 Dylons. Boldy James, 2.5 Dylon. Midaz, 3.75 Dylons. And that's it for this week, man.
Yeah.
See y'all next week.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to Super Duty Tough Work. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Follow the podcast on SoundCloud. Peace.
Shoot, I got styles already that's more complex that nobody know about. I mean, super duty tough work.